All right, Claire, now we're going to take a look at your breaststroke from the side view above water. And I'm very happy that you're kind of re-exploring your breaststroke. And it's getting better in every way since the beginning of the year to now. So I think you're making tremendous strides. The above view, side view is often a difficult view when it comes to critiquing breaststroke. There's a couple things I can point out, but anyone who swims breaststroke fairly mechanically well, there's not a lot you can pick out on the above side view. So as you're swimming here, you can see you have a good head position, good body position as you're coming out of the water, and it can kind of differ by athlete, but what we try to look for is from the head down to the hip, do you create this kind of diagonal line with your back and your head? And you're creating that. You're looking forward, but kind of forward in a slightly down angle, and that's a good angle to be looking when you're coming forward on breaststroke. So really nice job here. What I'd like to see is your hands just a little bit higher as you go to recover. So a lot of times what I see is your hands are down lower. I would like to see them get on the surface of the water a little bit more, right underneath your chin. I think that puts you in a better position to streamline as you're diving forward in your breaststroke and create less drag. And that's the one thing that you can kind of see when you're doing the side view. You can see at this body position here, this is great, okay? Here, your elbows are into your ribs and very tight, that's great. Your hands are forward. I would just like to see your hands on top of the water a little bit more. A lot of the really good breaststrokers who get this kind of height get their hands up a little bit more under their chin, so it creates more of a streamline as you're going forward, a little more speed, a little less drag of the hands. I just think it puts you in a better position to get to your streamline and create a streamline versus your head position when you're diving with your hands lower. And so I think that could help you be a little more effective as you're getting into the streamline position. And we'll talk about a few of the things from the underwater view. Another thing that I can kind of see here is when you're pulling, I like for a power position, if you're talking leverage, your hands are slightly inside your elbows. And when you're catching water, it's a little bit better if you're to the elbow just like you are, but the hand is even or slightly outside of the elbow. And that gives a little more power on the hand and forearm from a leverage standpoint if the hands are a little outside the elbows. So I think you can just be a little wider there, and that would give you a little more power in terms of your pull. Everything else is pretty good. You get your kick finished, so you got this really good streamlined position with the hands out front as you finish your kick. So that's excellent. That's what I want to see when you're riding your stroke out in front. And not too long, you keep the hands moving. Coming into the turn, take a quick look at the turn. You do a nice job. Could keep the eyes down just a little longer. Keep that head down as you're creating that somersault. But you're pretty good. You're looking straight up here. That's what I want to see. I want to see that head's back. Your feet are high on the wall, and you're looking straight towards the ceiling as you are looking straight up. A lot of swimmers will have their head up kind of here, and they're looking back towards the back wall here. That's not happening on yours, so I really like that position. I think it makes for a much faster turn. And then as you come out of here, hand could be a little more behind the head, so you can kind of see your angle is like right on or right in front of the head. Just like to see that hand come back behind the head a little more, and that would create a little faster streamline coming off the wall in your push-off. And we'll judge the push-off from the underwater portion. I think you come off a little straighter, but that's not too bad. Your dolphin kicking out in front of the pull down, which I love because I think that's the only way you can really do it now that you don't have to initiate the pull. That dolphin kick is most effective being a dolphin kick out in front. Good pull down and good kick up, kept the head down. So all that looks good, and we'll see a little bit more as we're looking at the underwater view.